Research has shown that what you end up doing is usually not about willpower, but is associated with two magic words: habit and ease. When you make a cup of coffee every morning, add some breakfast in the form of a donut, a bowl of oatmeal, or here in the deep south, grits, the act consists of two parts: habit and ease. The habit has been automated through repetition, and because it's easy, you don't even think about making time for the ritual. 2 scoops of coffee grounds to 4 cups of water. Yes, we like the coffee strong down here. Less than 4 minutes in the microwave for the porridge. The 20 minutes grits is hard to find anymore. In other words, it's also easy. The same thing happens to your pre-ride inspection. After you have performed it before every ride, it turns automatic. The clues are still the same two magic words: habit and ease. In this video, I'm showing you the second part of the two magic words, how to make it easy. Doing a pre-ride on a motorcycle is extremely important. But in order to do so, it needs to be short and quick. So what I do is that I split the inspection into 2 parts, the pre-ride and the post-ride. So the pre-ride is very fast and easy, and the post-ride takes a little bit longer. So these are the items that I check on my pre-ride. And of course, make sure you watch the post-ride so you can pick up everything. Tire pressure is the most important part of the pre-ride inspection, and if it's just a little bit low, a regular big bicycle pump, it'll do the trick, so you don't have to start up a big air compressor if you have one. On this Tenere 700, it's 32 psi in the front and 36 psi in the back. Unless you're going off-road, then it's 29 psi at both. You cannot feel, it might be 10-15 pounds below, and you can't feel it by just trying to squeeze it. Get a good tire gauge, and I like the non-digital ones. And here it's 31.5. So I like the non-digital, I don't have to worry about a battery going bad. On the back of this Tenere 700, the tire pressure is supposed to be 36 psi on road. Off-road, it's supposed to be 29, same as in the front off-road. This is perfect. And it's easier to check the tire pressure from the non-chain side, and it's less chance of getting greasy. So on this, it's perfect. Staying visible is extremely important when you're riding a motorcycle because your footprint is very small compared to a car, especially a big SUV or a large pickup truck. So making sure that all your lights are working before you take off, that's very important too. Here in the States, once you start up the engine, the headlight automatically comes on and you cannot turn it off until you turn off the bike. So what I check first is the headlight, high beam, low beam, the running lights, they are part of the turn signals, and the rear light, you can see the reflection here since I'm backed up to the wall. If not, you just have to walk around. And then I turn on the hazard lights. And then I can check that all the 4 turn signals are working. And then you have the little, in Europe I would assume they're still called parking lights, here they're called auxiliary lights. And then at last I check the brake lights. And here I can see the reflection behind me. And on the Yamaha Tenere 700, you have 2 different switches, one per brake. On some bikes they're interlinked. So when you're pressing down the brake pedal or the brake lever, both brakes will work. They usually just have one switch. The last part on this bike is to check the oil level through the little window here and the coolant level. On this Tenere 700, it's very easy to see the oil level because you have two little lines here, and as long as the oil is in between those two lines, you're in good shape. And also, when you have a little eye like that, oil level eye, you can actually kind of see the condition of your oil. This is still in pretty good shape. But of course you need to change it according to the specifications. Coolant level is a little bit more tricky to see on this Yamaha, and it needs to be between those two lines, full and low, and it's right about here now, but you need a good light source in order to see it. And that's the last part of the pre-ride check. And of course, the first thing you should do once you get moving from the parking lot or driveway on your way to the winding roads is to test the front and the rear brakes to make sure they're both functioning. So that's the pre-ride inspection. Short and easy. And if you find that you have problems trying to remember to check the tire pressure, the lights and the coolant and oil level every time before you go for a ride, you can just put the tire gauge and put it on your seat, and that gives you a little reminder. And after a little while, because of habit, it turns automatic. Also make sure that you watch the post-ride so you get the whole picture of all the inspection you should do on your motorcycle. Have a good ride. Please subscribe. More videos to follow.